Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We're in Jomtien. That is the junction of Pattaya Road and the beginning of Jomtien Second Road. And this is the leads down to the beach. So we're going to have a walk down toward Dongtan Beach, and we're going to have a chat. And the chat really is about the current prices. Mainly we're talking about nightlife and things like that in Pattaya. And we'll have a little walk down here, and I'll just point a couple of places out while we're walking. But basically this video is really about prices more than anything, and how they are changing. They have changed a lot. It's not cheap in Pattaya anymore. I mean, there are certain things you can do to keep the prices down. Now, I will do another video about value for money places, which you need to know if you're going to come here. But you need to bring a bit more money than you used to bring if you were a regular. There's the Maggie Mays, Jomtien Maggie Mays over there. Because I'll tell you what, last night I decided to go out and have a real good wander around, and I went in the most popular street where everyone walks, you know what I mean? And I went around there, and I went in lots of places. There's the Lone Star Bar, which is also very nice. There's live music in there. So I had a good wander around, and I went in lots and lots of places and bought drinks and this, that, what have you, bought lady drinks, what have you, spent money, and it was quite expensive. I mean, that's why I tell you guys to stay away from that part of town, and go to the other areas we have mentioned, go to the gents clubs and all the rest of it. It's just well, I'll tell you what I spent. I'll tell you what was involved. It's nothing special. It's just amazing how quickly it adds up these days. It didn't used to be like that. So I went out probably around about 10ish in the evening, something like that. 10 till probably about 1 or 2, something like that. That's the sort of time I was out. And I went into a dancing bar on the street where you walk, because I actually knew somebody who was working there. So I went in and then wandered around, found her, and then sat down, had a chat, and then you get a lady drink, and which is what were 240 baht, I think, for a lady drink, and then a drink for me. By the way, up there is the gay area of Jomtien, just so you know. So it was 240 baht for a lady drink, and then I'm chatting, and then within like 3 or 4 minutes, 2 girls come with a rack of shots, saying, "Can you buy a rack of shots?" I said, "No, I'm not buying a rack of shots, well, can you at least buy one?" So I thought, okay, I'll buy one. And then that's another 240 baht. And that's within like 3 minutes. And then I was chatting for a while, and then a little bit later, then another lady drink, and then they come back with the shots again, pushing the shots again. I mean, it was about, altogether 20 minutes at the most I was in there, and the bill was like 1,200 baht, I mean, that's like $32, isn't it? Or about 26 British pounds in 20 minutes. I mean, to me, I think that's just way over the top, but that's only me. I mean, obviously there's some guys who come here and they've saved up for a few months, and they come here and they've got loads of money and they just want to throw it all away. That's fine if that's what you like, but a lot of people live here or spend longer time here, don't want to blow it away like that. To me it just seemed a little bit over the top. When I was chatting to a girl, I did ask what the bar fine was. Oh, there's the Viper bar over there. I asked what the bar fine was, and she said a model, which is her classification, was 2,500 just for the bar fine, and a Coyote was 2,000. And I thought, You know, that's only the bar fine, not the drinks and not the ST price, LT price. I mean, that bar fine at 2,500, that's like $68 or £54. You know, you know. By the way, down here is Kit Kat at the Gents Club. If you don't know, if you haven't been here, that's where it is. So yeah, I thought it's a bit heavy, really, isn't it? I mean, if you spent a couple of hours in there, you'd you'd be going through quite a lot of money, I would think. Especially where they push for drinks. That's what I didn't like. That's what you don't get in gents clubs. You don't get the staff, the service staff, ever coming pushing for drinks. It never happens. Happens in those dancing bars all the time, either for lady drinks or for shots or whatever they're trying to sell you. You know, so you just yeah, avoid the places basically. I was just doing research for the channel, you know. Oh, by the way, across the road there is the Bullet Bar, which is a live music bar, very popular there. That's another live music place. So we'll just continue walking down here, and then we'll turn right. We'll walk down Dongtown Beach. So yeah, so after that, I went down Soy Diamond, and there's a particular place there which I go to, you know, now and then, well, reasonably often, and it's less expensive, but also they don't push for drinks like that, you know, like they do on the main street. The smaller the places off the main street don't seem to be as bad. And also the prices are lower. All the prices are lower. I mean, even the bar fines, like, you know, 1,500, not 2,500. You know what I mean? So this sort of thing, it gets a bit. You get a bit more for your money, if you know what I mean. That's the okay value, but just wow. I mean, I know when you come here, if you're a newbie especially, you will want to try them, those bars. You'll want to try them. But just remember what I said. That's Jomtien Road, Beach Road. It's now one way, that direction. And they're doing some roadworks there, or some considerable works there, not just roadworks. So yeah, what I'm saying is that if you want to go and give it a try, give it a try. But just be aware of how much it costs. Don't stay in there very long. Just keep the price down. Just go for, you know, half an hour, and really you can avoid the lady drink thing as well. I mean, I didn't, because I knew her and she was a friend and what have you, you know, so I didn't. It was different situation. Also, I'm actually checking out prices. I wanted to talk to her to ask what the prices were, the bar fines and this and that, you know. So it was a bit of research. But what I'm saying is, certainly go and try it. Go and look. Yeah, you'll enjoy it. It's good fun. But just keep the drinks to yourself. You know, I mean, a lot of people do that. When you go in, when I go in some of these bars, the girls, I chat to the girls who I know quite well, and they say, oh, like they start yakking about the customers. Yesterday there were quite a few customers, but hardly any were buying drinks. They were just like looking and buying, draft lager, which is what the girls don't like you doing, you know, because they know what you're what they call a cheap Charlie if you do that. But yeah, see Dongtown Beach now. We'll just have a little wander down here while we have a chat about what it costs these days. Yeah, so certain places are reasonable, but you know, I mean, I was in the other place maybe an hour and a half, and I think I spent about 1,500, 1,800, something like that, for an hour and a half, as opposed to like at 1,200 for 20 minutes in the first place. You see the difference? Some places give much more value for money than others, so you need to sort of pick those out. So like 1,500 to 1,800 baht. I mean, that's about $45 or £35 for, you know, decent sort of entertainment for a longer period. So choose carefully where you go. Okay, that's what I'm saying. They are different. You need to learn which ones are cheaper and which ones are more expensive. I mean, some places have started to do cocktails, lady drink cocktails, which are extra, like an extra sort of 50, 100 baht, depending on the place. Um, and you know, if the girl asks for that, you're going to have to say no on ordinary lady drink. Some guys can't do that. You know, I can, but some guys can't do that. So they tend to push you to spend more money, of course. It's their job, I suppose. But you just got to do your job and take care of your money, you know. So after I left there, I went down to Ibar and then Insomnia. I mean, the prices of drinks like are between 150 and 200 baht there, really, which is, I suppose, it's normal for that sort of place for like a beer or whatever or something. And I'm talking about just like a beer for yourself or something. You know, that's a 180 baht average, I would say, which is about $5 or about nearly 4 UK pounds. The other thing that people tend to do, if you don't buy individual drinks, is I saw a lot of people sitting maybe 2 or 3 at a table, and they've got a bottle of spirits on the table. And the cheapest is probably like a Thai whiskey type thing, which is about 1,500 for a bottle of whiskey and mixers and what have you. But of course, it goes up much higher as you get to the more expensive drinks like Grey Goose and this and that. You know, that can be 2, 3, 4,000. It goes up. So then it's getting expensive. I mean, if you're trying to impress some girls, you want a couple of you guys want to open a bottle. They won't be impressed if you open a bottle of Samsung. You know, I mean, Thai whiskey or it's rum actually, but you know that a Thai spirit. They won't be impressed. If you have Johnny Walker or something, okay, but you know they're going to look at you and think Cheap Charlie if they see the Thai spirits. But and that's again that's to what's that 1,500 baht is, as I said, $40 or about £32. Now, if you then want to start spending money on spirits, proper spirits like Johnny Walker or Grey Goose or whatever, that's like 3,000 or 4,000 baht. So again, you're like doubling up again, aren't you? That's 80 to $100, you know, or like 67 to 70 English pounds. It's getting expensive again, and this is just buying spirits in a nightclub. So, but I did see that. I saw a lot of people doing that. So they must think it's cheaper. I suppose you don't have to finish it all. With the girls in particular, that you see 2 or 3 girls and you see a bottle of spirits and some mixes. They're not sharing it other than with themselves. But with the guys, they're going to end up with girls coming over, and they're going to be hammering the bottle. So it's going to go much more quickly. If you leave them, they'll take the bottle and mark it and what have you, and keep it for you, put your name on it and what have you, keep it. You can go back next time and continue drinking it for the time you're there. And they do that, of course. So that's one way to look at it. That's one way to buy your drinks. It's still not cheap though, is it? Depends what you want. Really depends what you want. I was in Insomnia around 12:30 or 1 o'clock-ish. Very good music upstairs, actually. It was really good. The place was not as busy as I have seen it in the past. It was only half full, you know. Probably because it's low season. I would think no other reason than that. But then I left there, and I thought I'll go have a look at Republic. Well, Mist as well. I went to Mist first, actually, which was fairly quietish. Even at that time, it wasn't that busy. But again, I checked the prices, and the prices are the same as Insomnia, same sort of prices, for buying your beer, or buying your spirits or whatever. So I went in there, but I do prefer Republic. That's the one that ended up in Republic for an hour or something at the end of the night. I mean, that actually is quite same prices, but what I've always noticed with Republic is the quality of the clientele is higher, without doubt, than most places. It seemed that the best looking girls seem to go to Republic for some reason. I don't know why, but that's what I've noticed there. But that's same prices again, same prices. I mean, if you're on holiday, you don't care, do you? But there's a lot of guys who live here and they just simply can't really afford that sort of money, to go out spending, a few thousand baht every night, 3, 4, 5,000 baht every night. You can't really afford it. Oh, while we're walking down here, look to your left and you'll see a rainbow flag. And then for the next 100 yards, 100 meters, you'll see several places have got rainbow flags outside. I don't need to explain to you why that is, but this particular section of beach is rainbow flag territory. Okay, just so you know. So you can either avoid it or you can go there depending on your preference. But I just walked past. Anyway, what else? I mean, last night was very enjoyable. I really had a good time. What did I spend altogether? Probably around 5,000 baht, I would think, which is just over 100 English pounds. What's that? About $130. Let me just check. Yeah, it's just over $136 or £107. So, I mean, I haven't been to the UK for many, many, many years. So I'm guessing, like, when I speak to people over there, they tell me what it costs for a night out, and it costs £100 or more for a night out in the UK now these days, I believe. So maybe it's the same sort of prices. It probably is. I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference there, is there? But anyway. Funnily enough, on the video I did, the last video I did, there was a comment from somebody who, when I'd said, don't take out more than 10,000 baht, absolute maximum, and somebody said, well, that's my budget for the whole week. Well, if you see what I spent last night, that was 5,000. So I mean, that's 2 nights, 10,000 baht, not a whole week. It used to be a whole week, going back 10 years, but not anymore. You see, the prices are creeping up more toward the Western levels, and also the girls are expecting more, for STLT. I mean, these days, they just simply will not go for the old prices because they're making too much money. I mean, they're making very, very good money now. And the old prices have gone. They don't wear them anymore. They just laugh at you, if you quote any old prices. I mean, I'm talking about the sort of 8s and 9s and things. Obviously you can get 5, 6, 7s, whatever, for the old prices, but then who wants that? Well, I don't, but anyway, maybe some people do. Okay, guys. Well, that gives you an idea of what it costs for a night out here, doesn't it? That's what the purpose of the exercise was last night, or the other night when I went out, to try to just sort some reasonable prices out, see get some accurate, up-to-date prices. Anyway, I shall leave it there. Please have a look at Patreon. There's some terrific stuff on Patreon. There really is. Really, really good stuff. You'll enjoy it. And thank you for being a subscriber if you are. If you're not, please subscribe. It's free, costs nothing. Just click subscribe. It's free, completely free. Okay, guys, and please share the video if you can, and give me a like. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys. I shall see you on the next video. Take care.